today's video, we'll look at 10 scary ghost videos that will stay with you forever. Remember when we said ghosts couldn't hurt us? That's not the case anymore. Hotels are meant to be places we can relax, right? Well, not this one. But before those, let's talk about seances. Do you think they work? Find out with Number 10. Awakened. I don't know how much you guys believe in the power of seances, but this video shows the result of one. Ghost hunter Lee Roberts noticed strange smoke while keeping an eye on the CCTV camera as a group of investigators held a seance at the village in Mansfield, Nottinghamshire on a Friday night. The group held hands and called for spirits to show themselves using a Ouija board, reportedly not realizing something paranormal happened until Roberts showed them footage of the ghostly mist. Upon seeing it, the members started refusing to go back into the room. Roberts believes the fog to be the spirits of 7 monks. Apparently, there used to be a barn where the building currently stands. Unfortunately, this barn was where 7 monks died after it was set on fire and burned to the ground. Number 9. Didn't you want activity? Usually, I'm skeptical of ghost hunting shows or documentaries, but the guy's reaction in this 2004 video made me think it's real. Nick and Zach were a ghost hunting duo in the show Ghost Adventures. In this clip taken from their Goldfield Hotel documentary, the two hear sounds coming from somewhere nearby. They choose to investigate, asking the spirits who dwelled within if they were the source of the commotion. What came next terrified them out of their wits. Nick and Zach came across a levitating brick, one that quickly got thrown in their direction. Startled and horrified by the hostility of the paranormal, they rush out of the area, screaming as they go. After all, nobody wants to come across a vengeful ghost, regardless of their profession. And if the first part of this video wasn't enough, the two take their footage to a video expert to verify the authenticity of their experience. According to the man, no external factors can be spotted, whether strings or video tamper, meaning this encounter was genuine. Number 8. Wistman's Woods. I think this guy noticed something weird happening in the background too. It may be hard to spot at first, but around the 11-second mark of this short clip, a spectre in the background quickly appears to crouch behind the low-laying thick root. But just what is it? I'm inclined to say it's a ghost, but given the location this video was taken at as Wistman's Woods, it may be other supernatural entities as well. Wistman's Woods, according to the early 19th century writings of Eliza Bray, is one of the last remaining ancient druid groves. Supposedly, they conducted rituals beneath the oaks and carved spirals and symbols into the moss. Other legends, however, say that come night, wished hounds come and hunt along the wild huntsman. These ghostly dogs are said to have yellow eyes, huge fangs, and howls that echo throughout the moors. Still, some others say that back in the day, Wistman's Woods was a path that coffins were carried along before being buried at a parish churchyard. This led to stories of apparitions appearing along its way. Whichever of the three is the truth, there's no doubt that whatever was caught is paranormal. Number 7. La Llorona. Do you guys know the story of the La Llorona? If not, here's a quick rundown. In a popular version of the legend, a beautiful lady named Maria bears 2 children with her wealthy husband. However, one day Maria sees her spouse with another woman. In a fit of rage, she drowns her children in a river, which she quickly regrets. Knowing her children are gone, she is consumed by immense guilt and drowns herself. However, this same guilt made her unable to enter the afterlife. To this day, she has to roam the earth until she finds her children. It's said that if you come across the sound of a weeping lady near any waterworks, you probably had a chance encounter with the La Llorona. So what about this guy then? He was working his night shift as a security guard when he suddenly heard crying sounds off in the distance. Even as he investigated, he saw nobody around.
No se puede ver nada, pero sí se alcanza a escuchar.
It could be an elaborate hoax, or it could be that La Llorona has visited him. Oh dear. Number 6. Not these ones. Imagine just trying to do your job when a pesky ghost comes and freaks you out. Irritating, right? I hate it when that happens. Just look at this video. This guy was carting what I assume to be DVDs, simply because the store looks a lot like the ones I used to frequent in my childhood when there was a movie I wanted to rent. when this ghost pushed his cart forward. This doesn't faze him much, though I doubt he noticed it at all. But later, as he was in another aisle, the entity threw a title off the shelf. The guy thought it was odd, but went back to fix the items. However, after it happened a couple more times, he started to feel something weird was afoot. Still, he worked, even when the film next to him fell. It was only when numerous DVDs were knocked off that he decided enough was enough and ran away. I'm surprised it took that much effort from the ghost to make him stop. Number 5. Change the station. Alright, I was pretty spooked out by this one. I'm not sure if I allowed my imagination to get to me, but seriously, that thing in that closet is alarming. That black thing, whatever it was, looks like it came straight out of the Babadook or something. Ugh, the chills, man. As you can see in this clip, something appears to want to exit out of that door. At first, I thought someone was coming home, until I saw that black figure standing there all creepy-like in what seemed like an enclosed space. If that wasn't enough, the music pleasantly playing on the radio just seconds ago turns into distorted noise. It went back to normal when the closet door closed. However, the spooks didn't end there. Shortly after, the two pets sensed something odd and carefully investigated their surroundings. It was then the music once again turned into distorted gibberish, leaving the dogs even more confused than they were before. Number 4. Smiling Phantom. I won't lie to you guys, when I first saw this clip, I was amused. I honestly thought some dude wearing a mask came to spook the guys, but then I thought, what if that is the face of a ghost? After all, we can't distinguish any of their facial features most of the time. What if this time we finally were able to? Once I went down that road, I had goosebumps. In this pixelated video, some guys were filming in the dark. For what reason, I don't know. I could only assume they were out to hunt the paranormal. But as the cameraman panned to his friend, a face appeared on the top right. Yeah, that glowy thing that's grinning from ear to ear. He screamed, flailed, and ran away as soon as he spotted it. Time for today's best pick. We often hear about white ladies, ghosts of women who float and appear in white. This guy happened across one, but with a more morbid twist. Learn about the encounter next. Number 3. Caught on the dashcam. Imagine driving by yourself down a highway in the middle of the night when you spot this. A lady running the opposite way with her arms spread out. Nothing too alarming, you say? Sure, I'd agree with you under normal circumstances. However, this isn't one of those times. I wonder if you noticed what I mean. If not, replay the clip and observe, full screen if you must. Catch my drift now? The lady is headless. What's worse is that a few seconds after seeing her, you spot another figure following her trail. It's pretty hard to notice the second one, but if you focus your eyes to the right, there's a faint grey silhouette running or gliding through the side of the road too. What happened? What I do know for sure though is that this clip makes me less inclined to drive around late at night. Number 2. Room 209. Haunted hotels. We've heard of them, not just a few either. But usually when those kinds of places are discussed, it's old buildings. However, this one looks somewhat modern, but that doesn't stop beings of the afterlife from dwelling inside for a few periods at a time. In this clip, a staff group of 3 receives reports of screaming from room 209. John, as his co-workers call him, heads there quickly to see if any trouble is afoot. He was advised to wait for the authorities to arrive as he arrived. However, being the brave soul that he is, he decides to open the door and check inside to see if anyone needs help. What we spot next is chilling. As John is investigating the inside of the room, an apparition can be seen exiting. A light even flickers in the process. A few seconds later, John leaves the room and reports his observation. The room had basically been turned upside down, with rugs being ripped and water still flowing.
All of the furniture has been turned upside down
Oh boy, please don't tell me this is dark water in real life all over again. Number 1. Help. If you were to go ghost hunting, where would you go? This group decided to head to an abandoned building that was under siege during the Civil War. What they captured there, though, is likely more than what they bargained for. At first, they slowly explore the insides of the decrepit building, explaining to viewers what room they were in to give them a better layout of the space. After a while, they begin to hear whispers. In the beginning, they barely hear it, checking in with one another if they experience the same thing. However, sometimes later, they collectively catch someone saying, "Help me." Sufficiently freaked, they decide to leave, but the ghost wasn't done with them. But the entity appeared right in front of the cameraman with his face somewhat distorted. Some may think this footage is fake, however, I am inclined to disagree. The group's reaction feels genuine.
Oh my God!